Oh, and here he is, our great friend, Dr. Ben Talei, world famous, internationally renowned plastic surgeon, especially to the face. He's a facialist, a specialist of a face. And he has done the best. He's done the Denise. You know what? Let's begin with the Denise. Let's just celebrate Dr. Ben. Dr. Ben's work, he did the Denise. Denise is over the moon. Look at that. Left Denise. He delivered right Denise. She's happy as can be. And you know what? It's tasteful. It's not like, you know.
Yeah, you see too much of that, especially in Hollywood. People are scared to get lifts in Beverly Hills because of the fear of looking plastic with plastic surgeries. So it's nice with Denise. She looks like herself. Everyone's happy about it. And you know the cool thing about it?
Side right here. This is.
So these are screenshots, actually. So they're real screenshots, unfiltered in the way that she films. For some people, it matters how they look in real life. For others, it matters how they film. She actually films like that before and films like that now.
Really?
And that's the cool thing you see. Yeah.
How do you do that? I mean, like how she films. I mean, the camera's got a lot to say about that, and so does the lighting guy.
Yeah, so there are many undulations that happen in the face with age, and if you really look at the topography of the face, like a map, like a land map, you can go and smooth things out, and then the light hits them differently, and they look more delicate afterwards, and they film better. There's also another thing that I do called muscle modulation, where I can take their facial character, the way they smile, and reverse it to how it used to be, which is a different level of facelifting that people don't do.
You take their smile and reverse the smile to how it used to be. What do you mean? So that's,
Yeah, so you see the smiling photo here.
You tell her to smile and say, hold that, and then we say, let's return your smile.
Yeah, so you can actually go inside the face and take the muscles back to where they used to be, the smiling muscles. So there's no name for this. It doesn't exist. It's something I created that's called myomodulation or muscle modulation. And if you look when someone smiles as you get older, it creates like a cheekiness and a strain around the eyes and a strain in the neck where the neck and jaw bunch forward. I can actually reverse that, which is a unique thing that you can do. You film better, you smile better. In every photo, you end up looking better.
What year was it when you did your first celebrity facelift?
Yeah, so my first TV ones were, I think, 2015. And I did, at that time, a Playboy model, Susan Santola, and then I did Angie Everhart, and then I did Kris Jenner's sister, Karen.
Karen Jenner?
Karen Hooten.
Karen Hooten is Kris Jenner's sister.
Correct.
Did her facelift?
Yes. She actually, when I reversed her, it went all over the internet at the time because she ended up looking like Kris, where if you see the before photos of that, and I'll give it to you guys to put up if you want to see, but the before and after
we're looking at them now. There we go.
It's pretty shocking, and you can see the before, she looks like a totally different person. Afterwards, actually looks like Kris and brought out the prettiness again. So those are my first ones. Angie's, we did Awake, and she's a redhead who you touch her with a gauze and she'll scream. And so we did that Awake.
She was awake during a facelift?
Yeah, both of them were.
How do you I thought you would be propofol out for a facelift.
You can, or you can do it asleep if you're good at it. And
I was awake for my vasectomy, and I have to tell you something, big mistake.
Yeah.
I was like,
nobody's touching me down there with, with a needle.
You definitely need to be out at least locally for that. All right, Dr. Ben Talei is here, and we are talking facelifts. Everybody's talking about Kris Jenner's facelift. It went wildly around the internet that she was unhappy with her facelift a year after getting it. Dr. Stephen Levine, allegedly did it. We know he did it, but unfairly to him, that it's not the case. She is not unhappy with it. She's very happy with it. But he does a different kind of facelift than, say, you, right? You do the deep plane, and he does the smash. What is a smash facelift?
Well, so the whole debate about whether or not Kris was unhappy with her facelift most likely was a rumor spread by these surgeon trolls. And surgeon trolls are the people who have this argument or fight between their technique and someone else's technique are not the successful surgeons. The successful surgeons are all happy and having a great time.
Complimentary of each other.
Complimentary
nice
of each
work,
other.
Stephen. It's Ben. Lovely job with Kris. Thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you too. With Denise.
No, exactly. So,
yes.
we
Act
actually...
like you've been in the end zone. It's the little guys that are coming up who are like,
No, and we get
starting
excited
rumors.
for each other when our work is shown or our work is known because it's so private all the time.
Yeah.
So when it does happen, it gets out there. We just tell each other like, congrats, like you deserve it. It's so great that you get recognition of what you do, of your type of work. Now, this whole Kris Jenner thing that someone said she was unhappy was probably made up by a surgeon who isn't doing very well. And they started this rumor because as soon as her photos came out, people started picking them apart to look for problems, to look for issues, to say, hey, it's not as great as you say it is, and there are other techniques that are better.
Look at that and our friend Stephen Levine and tell me what you like about Kris.
So Kris, I saw her in person maybe a month ago at an awards ceremony, and Lori was there too. Her jawline and neck look just like gorgeous. And she's gone through probably a little bit of weight loss the past couple of years, getting more fit and in shape. And when you see her now, she just looks elegant. She looks pretty. She always looked pretty, but she really just looks like elegant, especially with that jawline now.
All right, let's go to Lori Loughlin, who everybody's loving her facelift.
Yeah, so Lori looks fantastic. I saw her. Yeah, now I know her face from before and after, just socially here and there. I don't know her very well. The after is probably a little filtered in that one, but but I did see her in person recently at the same award ceremony. She looked fantastic. So she looks amazing.
I just saw her the other night at the Michael Jackson premiere.
She looks really, really good.
She looks fantastic.
Yeah, she looks like almost like the Full House days. It looks great.
But I'm hearing, and I have very good sources, that she paid twice what Kris Jenner paid, doubled the cost, I think from the same guy, double the cost in a very short period of time.
Yeah, I'm not sure who did it. The prices are high amongst the highest guys now just because we're all trying to calm down and not work so much, because we're all, with the reason we're successful is we're like yes people, and we'll see, you come and you have a wedding coming up and we say yes, we'll get you in.
And everybody knows, like, so they so-and-so calls you because so-and-so said to call you, and it's the rec, and you're like, okay, well, I don't want to upset this person, and of course the one that recommended me. So now you're always saying yes to these things. So now you just jack the rates, and that thins the herd.
It thins the herd. So the only way I personally know how to slow myself, I can't slow myself down with where I love what I do and people want to come, I say yes. The only way to slow myself down is through kinks in the gears. And the dumbest way to do it is just raise your price so less people want to come to you.
Right.
Which sounds horrible for anybody who wants to be successful, but it's, you get to a point where it gets rough doing so many. It's a lot of responsibility dealing with so many people and caring for their faces.
While you fix people's, the more you perfectly fix people's baggage on their face, the more you yourself avoid baggage claim at the airport, if you know what I'm talking about. G5 player. Dr. Ben Talei with us. Let's look at the men. We don't want to leave the fellas out. We've put 3 women up. There's Costner. Look at Costner. 70 years old now. I mean, he's an old dude.
Yeah, so he probably had a lift around season 4 to season 5 of Yellowstone.
Where did they do that? The neck is tight.
Yeah, he's got a couple problems in the neck. It's like a little bit of a cobra neck, it looks like. Overall looks good though. And then from like side views that I'd seen, it looked like he had a little bit of scarring or weird stuff developed behind the ear. Otherwise looks good. Jawline came back a bit. But I'd say compared to some of the other stuff we see out there, not as fantastic as the others. But he is so good looking, he carries it. So it doesn't really make too much of a difference.
Let's look at the tale of 2 Bradleys. Okay, the tale of 2 Brads. One, home run. The other, not at all. Let's start here. This guy was handsome. Look at the before on the left. He's handsome. He's charming. Bradley Cooper. He's got panache. He's just got a little naughtiness, a twinkle. And on the right, it might also be the terrible haircut, but something happened here that isn't right.
Yeah, so something's different. In the age now of like Ozempic, Mounjaro, all that, I always attribute, in my mind, a little bit to that. There's going to be some weight loss, most likely, that kind of exaggerates people where you haven't seen someone for a year and then see their photo after. and they look markedly different. In this case, probably some surgery was done where they did a classic upper blepharoplasty and removed some eyelid skin, and he probably lost weight at the same time. This is my guess. And then it makes the eye character change and look a little different. Whereas when you look at his jawline and neck, looks good. So this is really where people would be upset about him losing that charming character, is probably those upper eyelids, and then being a little bit different on the cheekiness. And this can happen.
They call him Barry Manilow. I mean, he does look a little like Manilow. And I love Bradley Cooper. He's a nice guy. And hopefully, is there a chance that this settles in a little more and gets better and better over time?
If there's a part of it that's weight related, yes. So
Okay.
if some people, because when you do classic upper blepharoplasty, if that's what this is, they remove skin, which exaggerates the hollowing. You have to actually put fat back in there to avoid that. That's why when you look at Denise's eyes, they look young and sexy without being altered. Is because the skin removal is actually very, very minimal, but the volume contribution from the fat grafting was big. So it restored a lot. So if he gains some weight back, most likely it'll soften up quite a bit.
All right. Well, let's get to the creme de la creme. Let's get to the man the man of the hour, the other Brad.
Oh, there you go.
This guy had a fantastic facelift.
Yes. So his was, my guess, nothing was touched on the eyes and the brow. And
And
if
you say that
saw-
about men, to avoid if you can, do too much around the eyes, right?
Yeah, or do it properly. It's not much different from man to woman.
It's more of a gamble, the eye area.
No, it's just that guys look really good with hooding and fullness. So if you're gonna do something with it, you can't unhood them or get rid of the fullness. You have
And
to.
unhood means the
The brows typically come down and they start
down
to
a
fall
little
on the eyes, and guys look better with more fullness there. Everybody looks better with more fullness there, though. So that's the key. Even with, again, not to repeat it, but we have that example of Denise. When you see it, there's a lot of fullness recreated, convexities that are recreated and maintained. That's why it doesn't look altered. And that was the impressive thing about her before and afters that people liked, was that they know her face. So it's not like you just put a before and after of someone they don't know. It's like putting their sister or their mother,
Right.
and you're excited about it because you take it back to the person you knew before. With these cases with Brad Pitt, everybody knows his face. They don't want it changed. They want it exactly how it was. And his was probably like more of a jawline neck lift, it looks like, and didn't do much in like the face itself. So nice subtle amount, but looks fantastic. It took probably about, from what we saw in like seeing him in awards shows, probably took about 6 months for him to like really settle and look good. And then he cleaned up his hairline here afterwards. And in the F1 movie, it looks like fantastic, phenomenal.
He knows, he was smart to step away for a nice period of time and let the whole process happen.
Yeah, the only time he showed himself was that one, I think it was the Oscars or something. He was in the crowd and looked a little on the puffy side.
All right. Well, Dr. Ben, great job, of course, on your own work, and thanks for sharing with us. And is there anything that we should be keeping our eyes out? What's new in the industry? What's coming? And is the penis extension ever going to be safe?
Yeah, well,
I'm asking for a friend who might be producing this show right now.
I'll stop.
I just hear him yelling in the back. It's not me. It's not me.
It's not me. I need
Yeah,
a
right.
production.
I'm getting
No, and it's true that that Steve had he just had a very safe second penis reduction.
Yeah. Well, you develop hip problems, at that weight.
The hip problem, as I said. He said, "Why do I keep hooking my golf ball? It just keeps going left so far." Well, and they figured it out. Is there anything that's on the horizon that women are going to be doing? Or men?
Well, people are stepping away from a lot of these, what they call biostimulators, where they put scar tissue in the face to build volume, and now they're going more towards bioregeneration. And the way they're doing this is they use some exosome and stem cell and all that, but it's using this nano fat. So there's a technique that I have called platelet hybridized adipose therapy, where we take platelets from your blood, mix them with fat, nano fat, and put them back into your face. And that's how you get the skin quality better.
Ooh.
The perceived skin quality. So when you look at it again,
So that's just a little injection, though, of your own
Correct.
blood, right?
yeah, and that's one of the reasons if you look at Denise's muscle function and the skin quality, it looks brighter and better. So during a facelift, you can actually make the skin quality look better from just doing that.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, so that's the cool stuff.
All right, final thing, Ben. Just looking at my face the way you are, what are you thinking as a surgeon?
You're getting better every year, it seems like.
So don't do anything.
Not yet, no. I'll be here. I'll tell you. I'll be the first to
Will
tell you.
you be the first to tell me?
Like, Billy, you're going downhill.
When you send me a text that says, I need to talk to you, I'm going to go, oh, shit.
It's bad news.
We got there. Dr. Ben Talei, my friend. Great work. Appreciate it, my friend.
Thank you. Pleasure being here.